Remember, Biden promised that in his campaigning where he said, I'll be the adult in the room. He's shown anything but. And to me, this absolutely displays not only a panic, but a sort of devolving of any type of class, right? And you contrast them trotting out De Niro, whose speech, by the way, whose comments were radically outdated.
Exactly. I do think that Robert De Niro appearing outside of the trial shows a loss of class. I think our politics has always been defined by class, and Campagno there, obviously she appreciates class in her politicians, which is why she supports Donald Trump, who has been exposed as a person who non-consensually raw dogged Stormy Daniels. Class, really, class, floor to ceiling. Okay, and De Niro is taking down that level of class. We're gonna play a little bit of De Niro so that we can see that on display.
We New Yorkers used to tolerate him when he was just another grubby real estate hustler masquerading as a big shot. A two-bit playboy lying his way into the tabloids, pretending to be a spokesperson for himself. He was calling it as himself for himself, to fool the press into inflating his net worth. A clown. But this city is pretty accommodating. We make room for clowns, but not a person like Trump who will eventually run the country. That does not work, and we all know that.
So look, I don't necessarily think that they should have sent Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro should have gone and had this appearance. I don't think it's necessarily necessary, but I don't think that anything he's saying there is deranged or out of bounds or offensive or whatever. You are, at least as of today, still allowed to criticize public figures. I'm sorry, Emily Campagno, if he was being politically incorrect by criticizing Donald Trump. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Listen, in order for the Damage Report to keep on going, we need viewers like you to become a member on YouTube. Can you click the join button on YouTube today? Thank you. As we're gonna get to, she has a lot of issue with the way the Biden camp is communicating around this. It's incredibly disingenuous. Take a look at this.
So when he's talking about the violence under Trump, we didn't know what he was talking about because we personally have experienced a spike in violence during Biden's administration, not Trump's. He was bringing up sort of violent imagery of the blood on his hands. He's never taken a punch. That is so outdated, and it really, I think, gives everyone a poor taste in their mouth right now when so many families are dealing with the violence of drug overdoses, drug poisonings, the violence on the streets in all of these den-led cities under Biden's watch. So for them to pretend to be more graceful and better than us at all times, and then sort of come out with this January 6th also nonsense, while President Trump is the one that sticks to exactly what Americans want to hear about because that's what they're feeling. He's not saying disregard what you're feeling, I'm going to tell you what to feel and think. He says, yep, we are all feeling this right now, taking advantage of every moment.
Yeah, and she's very consistent on that. Robert De Niro obviously should be held to the same standard as the president of the United States or the potential next president of the United States. And that's why Campagno went on ad nauseum day after day saying that Trump's "they're poisoning the blood of the nation" talk was classless. We don't need that sort of thing. Let's just talk about the substance and everything. Look, it's obviously ridiculous. It's not even consistent with their own narrative. Okay, I know she wants to say that like the violence that comes out of the pandemic or whatever, which is already abating, and we can go to those stats if you want, that according to not only the FBI, but also CDC information, a variety of different state level metrics, crime is significantly down over the last year, as you would expect it to be, since the structural issues that were causing it have started to abate. But they were talking in 2020 about all the chaos, the cities on fire and all that. No, of course that wasn't Trump's fault, but it was still happening. Now, forget all that. Forget the insurrection and all of that violence. People literally died. Again, none of what actually happened matters. The things that Robert De Niro says matter. That's how we should prioritize things in politics, Sharon. What do you think?
I think she's got to either get some better glasses or just close her eyes completely and go to sleep. We all know what's going on, and well, maybe she doesn't. I mean, when I think of violence and chaos, I think of that Hannity interview. I think we had it right here, where you saw Curtis Silva's guys in the background causing chaos and beating up perhaps an innocent man. So this whole thing where there's this equivalency, Robert De Niro, Trump, who goes outside the microphone every day and he talks about how the judge is corrupt and everyone's corrupt and crooked Joe Biden and Hunter and everything else. And then Robert De Niro shows up. Did he deliver the lines perfectly? No. They probably should have recorded it, put it on one of those big LED screens on the side of the building. I mean, if you really want to do something and then loop it, like they do in the subways or at the gas station pumps nowadays, that probably would have had a better message. But yeah, was it the worst thing? No.
No, 100%. And if you have a problem with it, say that it's a distraction or whatever.
Yeah.
Classless. Seriously, it's Donald freaking Trump, the golden toilet guy. Don't give us lessons on class. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.